likes Lumberjanes and Steven just likes Monroe, Jimmy Olsen. And you're in luck, because they're ahead.
Heyo, welcome to the Omnidog and Omnicat show with the Unstoppable Bar as our guest. And it says Jess's favorite collaborator. She's my Israeli correspondent. Yes, you are my favorite collaborator, but I haven't seen you in so long. How have you been doing?
True. I've been doing well. I mean, recently I've not been feeling the best, so I honestly, up even until like the last few hours, I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to do this show,
Oh,
but I'm feeling better, so I'm happy
good.
that I'm here
I'm happy you're
and
here.
that we got to do this finally
Is
because
this
people have been
is
asking
stupid
me for
very fine
ages.
condition off the air yet, or are we waiting for him? Should I go in and give him $2 to uh
He's probably doing overtime.
Oh, oh wait, Ohio State's on. That's right. Just a sec, Harvey. Uh, let me get
Hi
my.
guys, how are you all doing? Oh, shut up, Roll.
I know, I saw that. I love that. Where was that? Bar and shame in the same sentence. I'm gonna love this show. LOL. Um, let me just get. Okay, what's happening here? I need to get. I need to get Ohio State on. Where's frickin' Hulu? Sorry for the unprofessionalism, but nobody should expect professionalism from me anyway.
Yeah, I mean, I don't
Okay.
know why you're even apologizing.
Yeah, I mean, this is the show. On Tuesday night show, I was eating Taco Bell, and somebody that hadn't been on the show before was like, "What is happening on this show? I thought this was a show about comics and stuff." I'm like, "Dude, this is the Omnidog show. We eat, we go off on tangents, we do whatever we want."
I mean, you make a theme for every show, and then you get to the theme like an hour and a half later.
Yeah, well, that's not a lie. It's because I always uh, talk to people in the chat, like Cycle, who's
Hi,
here,
Cycle. It's
and
nice to see you.
James jamming me up at 1 o'clock. Where are this Omnidog? And of course, Bar always starting trouble already. I had, yeah, right. Okay, so Doug's listening. Good, good. Positive waves. That's all it ever is. Positive waves. The Brewski's first.
Yes.
Oh, Kenny's here.
Hey,
Yay.
Kenny.
Munin, welcome, welcome. What do you mean you're having trouble? Reload. Let's go. Hulu, what's wrong with you? I want to see the Ohio State game. Uh,
You're
uh,
watching a game during the stream.
I'm going to record it, but I can't get this thing to DFC is over. Okay, he's done. There's Jaggernaut, our friend from the Great White North, who speaks. Okay, wait. Tagalog. Tagalog. Is that right, Jaggernaut?
Tagalog. Tagalog.
Tagalog, not Tagalog, like I said. Tagalog.
Tagalog. Tagalog.
Oh, Pitima, welcome. We are
Hey,
rating now.
Pitima.
Good to see Pitima. Arcane season 2. Good, good. Will make anyone feel better. What even is that show about, James?
Jess.
Best show on TV, Arcane. I don't know anything about
Jess, are you kidding me?
Do you know it?
It's
How
the
do you
best
know
show
it?
ever made. I was counting the seconds for the second season to come out today, and I watched it like on 10 a.m. on the second that it
What?
came out.
What the heck? What's it about? Arcane.
It's
I
the
don't know
best
anything.
show to ever exist. You're
Yes,
gonna love it.
Okay, what's it about though?
How do you explain this show? It's
Is
just
it supernatural? Is it a drama, comedy?
yes to all
It's a
this.
supernatural dramedy.
It's gonna make you cry. It's gonna make you
I
laugh.
do
It's
that
gonna make
alone.
you mad. It's gonna make you everything. It's so first of all, the art and the animation is the
Oh, it's
most beautiful
animated.
thing ever. It's animated.
Okay.
It's the most beautiful thing ever. Okay, it's gorgeous. fantastic music. Like I love the soundtrack in this show, and you can't really say anything about this show without really spoiling it because it's based on League of Legends, the video game, but you don't need to know anything about the game or the lore to know this. Like I didn't play any of the games, I don't know anything about the League of
Okay.
Legends lore, and I'm in love with this show.
Wow.
It's full
Okay.
of badass women, sapphic.
Okay. So, all right. Sold. You know, I'm already sold then. Badass sapphic women.
Yes, that's
That's,
all you need to know, really.
yeah. James, where is it on in the US?
Netflix. It's a Netflix show.
Oh, it's a Netflix show. All
Yeah.
right. Mika's here. Hey guys, I really enjoyed your thank you. BTS and Tuesday stream this week. Good, good. Starscream here. Logan's here. Good to have you,
Hey,
Logan.
Dwayne.
Lon, my buddy,
Hey,
my Welsh
Lon.
representative. Dana's here. Hi. Okay. Arcane. Phil Owens is here. Tagalog. Yeah, Tagalog.
Tagalog. Tagalog.
Tagalog.
Tagalog, I feel.
What if I just said the Filipino language? That's easier for me to say than Tagalog.
A full sentence.
The
Tagalog.
adorable D-O-double-G and the notorious B-A-R. Let's go.
I'm
Yo.
notorious.
Oh, it's steampunk. Interesting. I love steampunk.
Yeah.
Has Josh kicked off yet? I haven't seen Josh in the comments.
Josh is not a supportive friend, so he's not here.
Yeah, he's not here, so Josh sucks.
He sucks anyway, whether he was here or not. He's Josh.
Right. One part works. 1 week until Thought Bubble. Let's effing go. That's the big UK Comic Con, correct?
Bunk, you're not staying with us?
Who's not?
Bunk.
Where Bunk? Have fun, you crazy kids. I'm off to take Johnny Rotten to get her ears pierced ahead of our daddy-daughter dance tonight.
Okay, I'll allow it.
Well, at least he checked in. Appreciate it. I just finished my Batman Beyond watch through, and now I'm reading the comic compendium. Really good stuff. If you're Mika, am I saying it right? Mika, Tagalog. If you're, yeah, I am caught up with the chat because
we just need a whole stream of just trying to pronounce things.
Oh yeah, like Schwakim from Sweden. I've never gotten that one right. Mika, have you read Batman and Robin Adventures Omnibus? If you're a fan of BTAS. Oh, and Bunk's right. Everybody, please hit like. Okay, now I believe I can. Oh shoot, they're already at 14-0. Okay, wait. I need to record this. Just a sec. Come on.
14. Man,
Yeah,
American football is weird.
Yeah, I'm not saying you're wrong. Record. Okay. Now I don't have to watch it. I'm recording it. Oh, I forgot it started at noon. No way. First way to say it. Mika. Yes, both of them. They're awesome. Good. So my Israeli correspondent here, he was like a year ago, or was it earlier this spring? I feel like it was a year ago. You challenged me. We had the Stacks of Shame video. That was like a year ago for me. And it took me until the last time I talked to you, I think was spring of this year. And I had gotten done with my Stacks of Shame. I picked like 10 or 12 books. And I already saw the score. Thanks. And so we said the next thing we do would be your Stacks of Shame. Is that correct? Do you feel do you have Stacks of Shame, or are you just gonna talk about, do you have Stacks of Shame? Are you prepared at all for this video, or what's happening?
I have shelves of shame.
Okay,
I
good.
have a
Let's.
room of shame.
Oh yeah, I got a basement of
A
shame.
collection of shame.
Do we? Yeah, it was April. That's the last time you were on, and that's when I reviewed my.
Really?
It took me from November to April to finish those books. So would you like to pick 6 or 7 books that you really, really want to read and talk about them?
I'm gonna tell you what. I have
Okay,
a problem.
okay.
I have a problem.
I'm here
My
for
thing
you, Bart.
is, I have a billion stuff in my collection, but I usually tend to read everything that I don't have in my collection. Like
Well,
suddenly things that come out and like spark my interest,
digitally or
like
how are you?
digitally, yes.
Oh, okay.
Like I'm gonna tell you, I have like a list here of all the things that I've read in recent weeks, and only one of them is something that I have in my no, two of them are things that I have in my collection.
Well, that's
So
fair. I mean, at least you're reading.
yeah, yeah, but I'm really bad just reading my collection. Like I have things that have sat here for 2 years and I've not touched them,
Okay,
and
I'm gonna
I can
send you.
feel them being mad at me.
Oh yeah, they're all judging you. I'm gonna send something in the
Oh,
private chat before somebody else says so. Whoop. uh, there, I sent it to you just so you're aware of it.
oh, that makes it more beautiful.
Okay.
I'm the unstoppable bar today.
The you stoppable bar. Okay.
I actually did notice that, but I was like, oh well, too late to change
You,
it. Whatever.
it's not too late to change it. You can change it.
I don't even know how to do that.
Oh, you click on the three little
Oh,
where
really?
your picture is. Yeah, you click on those and
Just
you
a
can edit your
second.
name.
Really? Let me find out how I do that.
Yeah.
Maybe on phone's a bit different.
Oh, you're on your phone. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
That's okay. You're stoppable.
Oh, whatever. Unstoppable is fine with me.
Oh,
Oh,
whoa. Our New Zealand correspondent's up early. Hey, Batmantha.
hi,
Welcome.
Samantha.
Yeah, it's like pretty darn early for her. Um, and so it's James saying what you've been reading. Is that what you've been reading? Or is that
I
what
don't
he's
see
been reading?
what.
Oh, I have it highlighted.
It's one of the things, a few of the things that I've been reading.
He said last
I've
night that you
actually made
love.
a list.
Oh, good. Well, let's hear it.
Okay, so I'm talking like specifically the past few weeks. So I've
Okay.
read X-Men 1 through 6, like from the Ashes era.
Okay, wait.
Haven't read the latest.
Which X-Men? Who's writing that? Is that the Gail Simone one?
No, it's not Gail Simone, it's Jed McKay.
Jed McKay. Okay.
And Uncanny X-Men is Gail Simone, and
Oh,
I've read 1 through 4.
okay.
Exceptional X-Men 1 through 2. You're gonna love that one. You need to read it.
Oh, is that the one
Um,
with Emma and wait,
and
Emma
Kitty.
and Kitty? Okay.
Yes. X-Force 1 through 4. Haven't read the latest issue yet. Mystique issue number 1. The new TMNT by Aaron 1 through 3. Inferno 1 through 3. I actually have that deluxe edition. House of M. I have oh, that's another thing I have in my collection that I've read. Um, Scarlet Witch by Robinson.
Oh,
The
good.
complete collection.
That's
I
awesome.
also have that. Yeah, I love that one.
But you read it
Um,
digitally and not physically?
no, I've read the physical copy
Oh,
that I
oh,
have.
oh. Okay. Okay, you're
Uh,
just giving me a list of what you've read.
yeah. Um, X-Men read by Tom Taylor, 1 through 11. Fantastic Four, the current Fantastic Four by Ryan North, 1 through 5. I just started it and I'm loving it.
Yeah, I've
Um,
heard that's great.
all the latest Poison Ivy issues, I've actually been a bit late on that. So I've read 25, 26, and 27.
Wow.
Uh, all three absolute titles: Batman, Wonder Woman, and Superman. JSA, which just started, number one issue by Jeff Lemire. I enjoyed it.
Oh, okay.
Uh, Poison Ivy and Swamp Thing issue number one. It's a new five issue miniseries by G. Willow Wilson.
Is that in
And
the current universe or is that an absolute
yeah,
title? Current universe.
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
It's not part of the absolute titles. And NYX 1 through 4.
Oh, NYX with
Yes,
Laura.
yeah. That's why I'm reading. That's why I read it for. And I'm excited for her series next month.
Uh, uh, NYX, or does she have an even newer series?
She has her solo ongoing started next month by Erica Schultz. Am I saying her name correct? Schultz, something like
Sure.
that. Erica
Okay.
Schultz starting out next month on December 11th. So I'm excited about that one.
Okay. Now there is an important point that Spooey. This is funny. Seems you didn't include the end to save money. Like you can save money with coupon codes ordering at Organic Price Books. I know I forget all the time. Thank you, Spooey. Organic Price Books using code Omnidog saves you $2. But the big savings is 5% off shipping 4 more books together with code Omnidog. Sit
I just
right
love that you
on.
forget your own sponsors
Well,
constantly.
I put it in the description, so I figure people will see it. Now, this I want to know about because you did not like the idea of whoever the writer was for this new one. You said you'd read something by her before and you didn't care for it, but now you're liking it. Hayden also said, "Oh, here's Hayden right here." He was saying that it was really great. What?
Uh, I I did not like it.
Oh, oh,
Oof.
oh!
I have very
You
strong
still don't like?
opinions about it.
You don't like Harley Quinn, so just Hayden is liking it.
I'll tell you what, I don't feel he actually understands Harley's character, in my opinion. I feel like he's kind of redoing what Tini Howard is doing, and I don't think that she really knows Harley's character. And that's kind of been an ongoing thing. I mean, he is kind of taking off from Tini Howard, so he can't really make a complete change, but I'm just not a fan of the direction DC are going with Harley at the moment.
Hmm.
I just feel like they're constantly, she's a hero, she's a villain, she's an anti-hero. She like they can't really make up her mind. Every writer decides she's something else, and now she's again doing crime, even though before that, I don't know. And again, she has a new design. Every new series, new design. I just feel like I wish Harley had a more permanent thing. Kind of like it's hard to make something iconic when you keep changing everything, you know?
Well, it's a good point.
And also, I don't like her characteristics. I think that Harley has more to her than just being funny and childlike. I don't like when that's one of my pet peeves about the way some writers write Harley, that they write her because she's funny and energetic and crazy, that means she's acting like a child, and I don't agree with that. I actually love the way that Kelly Thompson writes her, because she made her funny, she made her crazy, she made her think out of the box, and she still made her feel like an adult woman. I didn't think for 1 second she's acting like a 5-year-old. And
This is in the
sometimes,
Birds of Prey run.
yeah, but sometimes in her other series, like the one she has right now and the one by Tini Howard, she acts like a 5-year-old sometimes. Or they write her to be completely stupid. And Harley's not stupid. Harley is a woman with brain. She got to where she is right now because she has some brains. She's a doctor.
Yeah.
Like, and I feel like that's something of her that gets tossed aside um for some cheap gags that I personally don't even really find that funny. Um I just don't really, I feel like I want DC to take Harley in a new direction. I would like to see something, because her comics have been so comedic for the last few years. I'd like to see maybe something darker, something more
Mm.
raw being done with her. Take her
You and I,
to a new direction.
you and I both really love Stephanie Phillips' run.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I thought that was a really good deep dive into her psyche. So if they've and gave her agency and showed how smart she was, and so I haven't read anything past that, so I don't know about Teenie Howard's, and I don't know about this latest one. Um, but I mean, of course, your opinion's valid. So okay, well,
Mm-hmm.
I'll go into it seeing what I think.
I'll also say there's a recurring thing with Harley in the past few years that has been going on for years, but it's become kind of more prevalent in the past year or two that has started to bug me. The thing that, especially since in the past few years, her and Ivy have become an actually serious couple that live together, that they're very much monogamous,
Yeah.
and I don't feel that Harley would be the type to constantly flirt with everyone that she comes across. If anything, Harley's the most loyal person to ever exist, even if it's misdirected sometimes. So I feel that Harley, while she will be able to be attracted to other people, maybe express attraction to other people, I don't feel that she would outright ask people if they're single and if she can get their number. And she does that.
How do you feel? Even though she didn't play a huge part so far in Poison Ivy, how do you feel G. Willow Wilson has handled Harley?
Much better, but I can't say that I know very much how she writes her because she writes her as a guest character
Yeah,
who's a love interest for Ivy.
yeah.
So, but I would be interested to see how she actually writes Harley. I feel like Jill Wilson actually has, she's proven with Poison Ivy that she can tell a very long storyline that can like a storyline that started with issue number one just ended with issue 24, and that's actually something that I want for Harley. Not these quick storylines that come and go, and by issue number five you can't even remember what happened in issue number one, you know. So I want something like that for Harley, and I think that she's capable of doing that, and taking Harley, because she's been doing such a deep character study with Poison Ivy, and digging deeper into her humanity and into how she feels about humanity and everything that actually wasn't that explored with Ivy as a character for decades. She managed to do it in like 2 years.
Hmm.
So I do feel that she has the skills to do it with Harley. I guess we haven't really seen it with Harley because she's not a constant
Yeah.
character in that show.
Maybe is that is G. Willow Wilson maybe somebody you'd like to pick up Harley next? Yeah,
Sure.
yeah.
Her, Kelly Thompson, please.
Oh God, Kelly Thompson, that'd be awesome.
She did such a good job on even the short storyline in Harley Quinn, Black plus White plus Redder. That was her first DC work ever. I don't know if you know that. So
No, I
Harley
don't
was
think
the
I did know
first.
that. Okay.
Yeah, Harley was the first character that Kelly wrote for DC, so I think it's fitting, you know?
Uh, wait, what's Kelly Thompson writing now? Birds of Prey. Oh, and Absolute
Absolute
Wonder
Wonder
Woman.
Woman.
And so, how much
Yes.
of Absolute Wonder Woman have you read? How many issues are there?
There are only one issues. It just
Oh,
now started
it's
like
okay.
the past few weeks. So Batman came out first, then 2 weeks later it was Wonder Woman, and just like a few days ago it was Superman. So
And are you digging Wonder Woman by Kelly Thompson?
so
Okay,
good.
good.
So good. Unfortunately, it was the shortest one of the three, and it was the
Mm,
one that I wanted to read the most, like
yeah.
more of the most. But man, it's just such an interesting. It's kind of interesting that this is something that they've never explored with Wonder Woman before, so that makes me excited. Like a more darker, more magic based, uh,
Mm,
uh oh, it's so good. Like Wonder Woman who comes from hell instead of Themyscira. Come on.
that's yeah. That's what I heard last night. Um, Psylocke by Alyssa Wong comes out next week.
Oh, I
Okay.
do want to read that. Yes.
Let's see. Somehow trashing things. I'm not going to read trashing things because I'm not a big. Gary Edmond says Absolute Superman makes it 3 for 3 so far for the Ab
Hmm.
Universe. I like that. Ab Universe.
That is
Uh,
true. I did really like that one. Have you
um,
read any of the Absolute titles
I
or
haven't
intend
yet.
to? Are
AS
you planning
Shalom
on reading
Omnidog
it?
and Bar. I've been
Hey,
trying.
Shalom.
I have been trying to read. My schedule's all gooped up. I thought I could whip out a bunch of supernatural, witchy, occult comics, like a 4-part series, and it turns out I have 150 of those books in my collection. And I'm like, okay, obviously I need to just read a chunk and make a video. So I'm reeling my reeling it in and trying to just make. I gotta just put out a recorded video this week, and or my channel's gonna die. I can't keep just live streaming. So I haven't read anything digitally. I haven't the only DC that I'm really caught up with is Poison Ivy. I've only
I feel
read
like I need to send you my reading list.
I read book 3 of Poison Ivy, where she gives birth, and that was really weird and cool. Um, but there's 10 more. You've read 10 more issues on DC Infinite?
No, I buy it on Amazon on Kindle.
Oh, okay.
Digitally on Kindle, yeah.
Okay. So, but how far have you read Poison Ivy? How many issues?
Issue number 27 just came out a few days ago.
Oh, okay. So you buy those individually on Kindle.
Yeah, yeah, I do.
Got it. Okay.
But
Oh,
you now also need to read the Poison Ivy Swamp Thing miniseries. I don't know if it's gonna be collected in the Poison Ivy series because it's kind of like a separate thing.
okay. Um, I try to read digital, but always keep forgetting to continue my digital books. I kind of do that too. The physical comic books shame me on the shelf if I don't pick them up. Yeah, same. First issue of the new Harley Quinn was better than Teeny Howard, but not by much. Okay. Uh, Harley shouldn't be a DC Deadpool. I hate it when they write her like that. Okay. Bar, what you're saying about Harley Quinn is what DC is sometimes with Superman. Sometimes they try to update him and make him dark, edgy, and angry, and that's not who Super. No, not at all. You're right, Kenny.
I think
Uh,
my point about Harley is that it's not that they're necessarily writing her out of character. They're just taking very few characteristics of her and highlight them at the expense of other characteristics of hers that I feel have been less explored in recent years. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like I feel that her personality, that she's crazy, funny, childish, that's like the three main things that seem to be like highlighted in all of her recent series. Um and I think that kind of takes away from her complexity as a character and what makes her so interesting and so compelling. And so I used to be so feel so like she was so relatable to me. Now she kind of feels like far away, very far-fetched. She feels very cartoony. I mean, obviously she started as a cartoon character, but even then she was written as a more complex character. Here she's kind of just like Looney Tunes rather than Batman the Animated Series.
Hmm.
Um,
Okay. Excuse me.
so
I hiccup when I drink carbonated
that
drinks.
was a great hiccup.
Thank you. Let's see if I
Wait,
can do
what
it
was
again.
Hayden saying? Tini Howard's run could have been so good if it didn't end up some convoluted multiverse mess. My thing with that whole multiverse thing is that it kind of recreated just. I think that Stephanie Phillips did a great job with the multiverse. She kind of took that and redid that story, just not as good. Like that
Mm.
storyline by Stephanie Phillips, even though that was also kind of a bit Looney Toony, it was amazing seeing all the Harleys come together from like all the different universes. Um, definitely that was definitely some fan service there. But it was such a
Woo!
fun storyline.
Oh,
Yeah.
sorry.
Yeah, and just Earth multiverse just wasn't as fun or
Hmm.
well explored.
That Poison Ivy Swamp Thing team up book by G. Willow Wilson was excellent. Is it over or is it on?
No, just the
on
first issue came out.
okay. At halftime, I am up 1 penny. Don't spend it all in one place, Harvey. Hello, Ian Parker Art. Uh, Hayden, I've been catching up with Poison Ivy since Maddie mentioned it on a What the hell? God bless Maddie. God bless fangirls. But Bar and I, Bar first and then Jess, we've been talking about Poison Ivy for like a year. I even put out a video about it that Bar uh, sent to G. Willow Wilson on Blue Sky or something, and she liked it. Who are you, Hayden? What the hell?
Hey, I've
Maddie.
been talking about it since issue number one came out. What are
Yeah,
you talking
hey,
about?
I love Maddie, but and I'm glad she likes it. Peace and love to her. But my gripe was with you, Hayden, not Maddie.
I'm
What the
actually doing
hell?
a Fangirls Assemble tomorrow with
Oh,
Maddie.
you are.
I am.
Do you know what you're talking about? Do you
Yes,
have?
we're talking about Absolute Wonder Woman.
Oh, fun.
Yeah.
Bar from Labruski. Do you buy new releases on Amazon? Also, is there a place to see what's releasing weekly? Kind of like a digital LCS. I can't answer that, so I don't
Uh,
know.
I wish there was because I tend to be so behind. I'm telling you, I read Poison Ivy 25, 26, and 27 together because life has been happening and I didn't realize that it's been a long time since the last time I've read Poison Ivy because of the whole break that they had for Gotham City Sirens. They had like a month break. So for
Oh
me it
yeah,
lasted like 3 months. That break lasted longer. And I didn't notice that. So no, I don't, at least for me, but I think in the US, if you are from the US, you
he is.
can
Yeah,
subscribe to series on Amazon. I can't do that, unfortunately. I could do it on Comixology, but I can't do it on Kindle, so I have to remind myself. But you can subscribe to series. You just need to have, I think, the premium, whatever, pay monthly for
yeah.
premium.
That's actually a good question. If there's like a digital LCS, any of you digital readers out there know Labruski answer to Labruski's question? That's a good question. Harley and BP was great. Yes, she was. She's such a layered and complex character that you need a writer that can really peel back the layers and capture every facet well. Very well said. Yeah.
This. Thank you, Hayden. You get me.
Please scroll up and read Rahul's comment. I thought I just did. Uh, which Rahul's comment?
Right? He talks a lot.
Okay, I'm scrolling. What, the one about? Wait, no,
Maybe
Rahul.
about
I think I already read it. Oh,
Birds of
Bar, that's a
Prey.
marvelous reading list. That
Ah,
one,
yes.
because it was
Because
mostly Marvel.
people always make fun of me. I mean, I tend to make fun of Marvel. It's kind of my thing. So
Well,
recently, I've been reading a ton of Marvel. So people have been telling me you've become a Marvel fan. I'm like, stop! No, you can't
let's,
tell Omar. By the way,
you can what?
you can't tell Omar about this, especially about all the X-Men titles here. He
Cassandra
can't know.
Cain as Batgirl in Batgirl #1 was good too this week. Oh, I didn't know that I. Now is Batgirl set? Where's Batgirl set? Is that an absolute title? Or is that an in
No, it's
continuity
all
title?
in. It's current.
It's
It's in continuity. It's part of the All In initiative. When All In kicked in, they announced a bunch of new series that are happening in the main universe. So Cassandra Cain has her own ongoing now. And Rena Montoya is about to become the Question again in her own ongoing series with Kate Kane as well there. So,
Ooh, okay.
ooh.
Oh, there's a lot of good stuff coming up.
I did buy Batgirl #1, but I haven't yet gotten the chance to read it. I had to get ready for this.
Huh. And
This was more important.
I have to go to Third Eye to pick up a bunch of comics that you picked. I haven't had the chance to do that. I have to do it on a weekend.
Mm.
But I don't have the room for them. I don't want to spend the money, but David Nakayama is now doing all the Harley Quinn covers, and they're awesome. Oh, I don't want them, but I don't know how I'm going to get around it. He's one of my
This is
favorite
how they're
artists.
getting us to buy these.
I know, it's ridiculous. It's not fair.
I don't even like the show and this series. I want to buy
I,
these covers.
oh, I
I
know.
just I just ordered this Marvel book.
Mm, good. You're going to love that.
I
I
love his art.
Did you watch my overview?
I
No.
did
Oh,
actually
you did? Oh, okay.
after you yelled about me about it. I needed to see how big it is. I mean, you did show it, but I needed to see like a better, bigger, you
Yeah.
know. But it's
Here's our
so beautiful.
here's our other friend from the Great Wide North, True Graphic. Good to see you. Harvey's yelling, "Who's doing the art on Ivy Swamp Thing?" Do you know?
Jess, I wanted to ask you a question actually. Sorry, we'll get to cycle in a minute because we
Okay.
were talking about the art book. Which artists would you like to see getting this kind of book, either for Marvel, DC, or other publishers, whatever?
Well, I will tell you, that here's another road I'm going down. Frank Cho is doing Batwoman and let me see if I can show some of these because Frank Cho's doing these ballpoint covers of Catwoman on Batwoman and Catwoman, and to me they are absolutely gorgeous. Let me see if I can. Let's see, where did I see? I think I saw one on eBay. No, not that. Not that. Nope, nope, nope. Where is it? Okay. Well, yeah. Here's the. Okay, wait. Now it's loading. Here's the variant. So I'll highlight it and share it. Um, this is what they're like. It's a wide variety on different comics like Catwoman and Batwoman. He's doing all these. The Catwoman is in ballpoint pen, and he does do a lot of ballpoint pen stuff. And to me, this series looks amazing.
Oh yeah, I know these covers. I do. I know these covers.
I I really want them all. They're all so cool with the outline, and she's just so cool looking, and it's amazing that that's ballpoint pen, and that shows what a great artist he is. I think Frank Cho is somebody because I loved all his Harley B covers that he did. I guess for Rebirth, it stopped at some point. But I think Frank Cho's DC work, I would definitely like a book of that. If I could
Uh,
get a book of that, then I wouldn't have to buy this or all the other books.
Now I'm gonna need you to explain to me what's that 8 ball thing you were talking about. I have no idea what that means. Something ball. You just said that.
Who did what? Oh, ballpoint,
You something ballpoint whatever.
ballpoint pen. Okay, that's like a ballpoint pen is like this. It's not a brush or anything. This is a ballpoint pen.
Oh, a regular pen
Pen.
basically,
Yeah, a pen. Yeah, as opposed to like a brush or
like something like
yeah,
this.
exactly. Yeah, like a big pen. Yeah,
That's crazy, actually.
I know. And I think he has a book called Ballpoint Beauties or something. I don't think I have that one, but I know he does this with a ballpoint pen. I just like what? Um, and he has a whole series of these, and this one's a 1 in 25, and it's not selling. I mean, it's selling for less than $25, which is good. But then the other ones are all, $4.99, $5.99 for
Mm,
Catwoman and whatever it is. But I think that would be my choice is Frank Cho, because he's done an awful lot for DC. We still haven't got. I would love an art book of Adam Hughes. There was an absolute DC absolute of Adam Hughes that was solicited in 2019, and it's still number one on my wish list on IST, and it hasn't come out ever. So yeah, it's like an Adam Hughes book. Let's see, who else would I like? Oh, probably Dan Mora is somebody that I'd like to buy his work
yes.
of.
I was
He has,
actually about to say like the three artists that I would instantly buy art books of is Dan Mora, Jenny Friesen,
oh,
and J.H. Williams.
oh yeah, Jenny Frison. Yeah, she's so great. Okay, yeah, I want an art book of hers too.
Right? Imagine all the Harley covers that the beautiful Harley and Ivy covers that you'll find in that book. Just
Yeah, yeah. Also, maybe Terry Dodson, Terry and Rachel Dodson. They
mm,
do a lot of good stuff.
yes.
Where'd that thumbs up come from? Here, I'll do this on purpose. Oh, come on, work it out here. Oh, stupid thing. Okay, so who's doing the art on that Ivy Swamp thing? Do you know offhand? Anybody in the chat now?
It looks good. I know that it looks good.
Mike Perkins, cycle. So it's Mike Perkins.
Hey, Vanessa. Vanessa
Hayden
finally
didn't see
joined
that.
us.
Oops. Oh, Batnessa's in the chat.
Yes.
Oh, here
Which Vanessa?
this is for Labruski. This is how you can track weekly comics. Hey, Ivan. The new Shazam comic is really awesome. Got me into Shazam. Oh, just
Is
double
it by
check.
Mark Waid? The one by Mark Waid?
I think it might be. Yeah. Just double checked. Poison Ivy Swamp Thing was a one shot. Okay.
Was it? No, I think it's supposed to be a 5 issue. I mean, the story is not over at the end of the issue, so
Hmm.
I'll need to check that. But I think, yeah.
Everybody's saying League of Comic Geeks, League of Comic Geeks. Bar, have you read Bendis's Alias?
I have not yet. I think we've talked about it on our last one of our last streams. I don't know, it's been a long time.
Probably. Yeah.
And you've told me that I need to. I have it. I have the omnibus, but I
Yeah.
haven't yet. And I need to. It's something that I know that I will love.
Question. I was thinking of seeing it, Dana, but then Batmantha from New Zealand had the funniest reaction. I think she would say, I forget her exact words, but I think she said that movie should not have been made. She was really down on it. And I haven't seen the first Joker. So have you seen Lady Gaga's Harley?
I refuse to see that movie,
Okay.
at least until
Yeah.
it's free on TV.
Yeah.
um I just from everything I've read and everything that I saw, it just says not Harley to me.
Yeah.
S-
As we've
Eh,
come to expect and know her. Yeah.
yeah, I just the whole thing of like the director constantly saying this is nothing like the comics. We took the comics, completely ruined them, and did whatever the fuck we want. Oh, sorry, sorry.
Dana, Dana, what did you think of it? Because your opinion counts too. Did you enjoy Joker too? Character design looks good. Looks great for this new run. On whom?
Yeah, bro. Well, you need to be more specific in this comment section because we'll get to you in like
Yeah.
3 hours.
Yeah.
So
Good point. Bar, if you are a DC person, then Claremont X-Men is the only way to go. I totally don't think that's my recommendation at all to you. The other
uh
stuff is fan fiction. What? Planet 628? She should start with Bendis's X-Men because that's where Emma is in front and Magic. They are just pushed to the front, and that's why I love it. I don't know. Claremont X-Men is
Planet
great.
628, I have to tell you, I did try. I tried a few issues. I tried. I gave it a shot. I was like, I'm not gonna just give up based on what I know. I'm gonna give it a shot. Oof. I cannot get into that writing. I'm so sorry. I can't. His writing feels very dense in a way. It's
Mhm.
just, oh, it was very hard to get into. I get why that series is so iconic and like, I mean, basically the entire mythos of X-Men and the lore was created in that series. He wrote it for like what, 15 years, and
Yeah.
all of the characters that I love now are characters that he created. So yeah, I do have a lot of respect for that series, but I think um respecting that series also means knowing when it's not for you. Having respect for it from a distance and deciding it's not for me. I'm not gonna talk crap about it. I know it means so much to many people. It's just not for me specifically. Um, the more modern stuff are stuff that I was easier for me to get into.
Oh yeah, here's Batnessa. There's your new buddy,
Hey,
Batnessa.
I did call her here. I wrote to her on Discord. Where are you? You told me you'd be here. Where are you? And
Yeah,
then
she
she
was saying
suddenly
that
showed
last
up.
night.
Yeah.
Uh, Sean Murphy art book, please. That'd be pretty cool too. Frank Cho is awesome. Sasmurf, welcome. Is awesome. He has several art books out. I love most of his covers, but his Harley covers were awesome. They were. I'd like that.
Harley's such a fun character to do art for. Like, she's so, I feel like she's a character you can play around with, and she's
Yeah,
such a fun character. I think that I've seen so many interviews of artists, and they all say that Harley is one of the most fun characters to draw or design because you can try everything. Like you can try different things with her and still make her recognizable. Like you can't really do that with Batman or Superman or Wonder Woman. You kind of have to stay true to how they look for people to know it's them. But with Harley, you can just go crazy with a design and really
yeah,
play around with her and really be creative and know it's Harley, you know? So
yeah,
because of that, Harley has some of the best covers out there, in my opinion.
yeah. With
Sorry.
Frank Cho, he did an awful lot of them for that rebirth.
Yeah.
I Ivan is also waiting for that Adam Hughes absolute. I refuse to take it off my wish list because I want that thing. I'm going to
Hmm.
manifest it.
Like you want what's his name? Daniel O'Neill, Batman? What is it you want?
Oh, Neil Adams, yeah, and I
Neil
think
Adams, Neil Adams.
the way I'm
There
going to
you go.
get that, I think, is through these new DC Finest books. Um,
Oh,
there's the way they're going on the Omnis. It's just not going to happen in the next
but
10 years.
will it necessarily have like original colors and all?
I think it will. Yeah.
Mm. Okay.
I'm almost positive anything that comes out now will be original colors and original inks. So
Well, I'm hopeful for you.
thank you. And
You've been
also,
burned before.
and it'll be a continuous story too, because Neil Adams didn't necessarily do the entire run of Batman that Denny O'Neil wrote. He did, some of them, but not the continuous story. And that way you'll be getting a continuous story and I'm sure it's going to be DC Finest.
Mm.
Who's the person that always draws great hair? Is that Jenny Frisson?
Jenny Frison draws everything
Great,
great.
everything great. Yeah, she does draw great hair. I have some Harley covers of her that have great hair on them. Yeah, there's great hair.
Yes.
What is that the inside of? What's the
Uh,
front cover? Oh,
this is Jenny
wait a minute.
Frison.
Oh, Jenny Frisson covers. And did she sign that?
Yes, she did. for
Jenny
me.
Fristen covers. I
Omar
want
got this
that.
one for me.
Who
Oh
did?
no, it was Maddie. Maddie got this for me.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, she was with Omar. I don't remember what convention it was a few months ago. And yeah, her and Omar got me a few things. Did I not show it off? Oh no, I didn't do a show in a long time.
Oh, well, let's see. Sure.
Uh, I also have this Harley print signed by Jimmy Palmiotti. Yes.
Nice.
And this is Until Chia.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, I like her art. What? Oh, he got me this. So,
Yeah. Is that a collection?
yeah, it's a hardcover
A hardcover of Alf?
of Alf. Yes.
What in the world? Oh my gosh.
So stupid.
I know. What? That's hilarious. Yeah, Michael Cho is prime for an art book. I would definitely do that. Um Oh, and an art germ book, that Dazzler cover. Yeah, that Dazzler cover was rocking.
Yeah, I'll take Artem as well. I have his cover portfolio. I love that.
Fasana's great, Backato, but I don't know if I'd want to book all since all of hers are very similar. Okay, that's what are you talking about, Backato? What? Come on. Don't see either Joker. Total waste of time. Don't watch it, Bar. It's so bad. Oh dear. I hope Dana doesn't pop up and say, "Yeah, it's my movie of the year." Um, yeah, Shazam by Mark Waid. Writing duties have transitioned to Josie Campbell, who's doing a great job continuing the run.
Mm.
Joker 2 and Venom 3 are in a constant war on which one is the worst movie for this fall. So far in my mind, I haven't seen either of those.
I actually heard that most people seem to like Venom 3 more than the previous ones. At
I
least
heard
for
that
me.
too. I
I,
I watched one and was entertained, and I know I'm easily entertained. And then I saw the previews from 2, and I said I could probably do without 2. But then I kind of like the idea of introducing Null into the universe, and I think that's what Venom 3 is. So I might be. Wait, Venom 3 hasn't come out yet. No, yeah, it already did come
it
out.
has,
It
yeah.
came out
Let
and
There Be
disappeared.
Carnage. Yes. It
No,
just came out like a few weeks ago.
Venom 3.
Yes.
Yeah, it did come out. You're right. Oh, the question was the character I was talking about. Okay.
Oh, yeah. Her design is sick.
Bendis X-Men is the best because it has so much magic and Emma so well written. Come on, Alex. Don't show me your brooding Cyclops as your avatar. Don't. How dare
I'm
you?
sorry, Alex. I also don't really like Cyclops. I just don't care about him. Uh, sorry.
Not
But
your X-Men. Well, okay, that's fine. Backato loves the question. Of course you do. Literally just bought DC versus Marvel Omnibus a few minutes ago. We appreciate the fact that instead of reading it, you're watching the show here. Because I know
I
you really
wanted
want to read it.
I wanted to say to Alex, um I get why fans don't like things because
Yeah.
I'm a fan who doesn't like things.
Yeah.
But as someone who's new to X-Men, I feel like I'm going into this series without the baggage that a lot of fans have um from the years that they've been reading these characters. So even I actually joined the X-Men subreddit, and I see a lot of complaints about From the Ashes era, and I'm like, I don't know, I'm having fun. I'm enjoying this. Like, I don't know if this character is running out of character. I don't know if this. I don't know. I'm just enjoying what I'm reading right now. It's kind of
Same.
like what happened to me with the New 52 when I was a new reader to comics. I kind of was just enjoying everything. years later, when I discovered these characters on a deeper level, I was like, oh yeah, maybe the 52 really wasn't that great, you know? So I might have that moment sometime in the future with X-Men, but right now, I'm really having a blast just discovering all these characters, all these stories. I don't really do reading orders. I just read whatever sounds interesting. So, any Marvel X-Men fan in the chat who wants to give me some suggestions, I
Oh
love
God, here it comes.
from the recent years. I'm more of a modern
Oh yeah,
reader of comics.
same.
So I love Kitty, I love Emma, I love Mystique and Destiny. I really love them in uh uh the Krakoa era. I've enjoyed everything that I've read from the Krakoa era. So if you guys have anything to suggest, I'm open. I read
Uh,
whatever, really.
yeah, and I started my X-Men reading from New X-Men on, so I haven't read Claremont's um I haven't read any of Claremont's
Sorry,
X-Men.
did I freeze?
You did just for a sec though. I haven't read any of
Oh,
Claremont's
sorry.
X-Men. I read a bunch of his Jim Lee X-Men back in the 90s. But I really started getting into X-Men with New X-Men on. Um, so I'm fairly caught up. I'm not done with Krakoa yet. Um, so I'm kind of like you. I don't have any. Whoop, there she went. She'll be back. Okay, so yeah, here I am. Here's my shirt. This is the shirt that upper management walked in and saw it brand new and said, "Oh, that's a pretty shirt. Who is that?" And I said, "It's Harley Quinn." And she goes, "Ew, that's skank," and balled it up and threw it on the floor. So upper management not a fan of Harley Quinn. Okay.
Hey.
Um, yeah,
Oh,
I was just saying I don't have the history that a lot of people do with with X-Men. So I'm okay with all the new X-Men stuff as long as it's interesting. Are you there? You're only half a world away. Come on. What's happening here? Uh
yes. Can you hear me?
yes.
Is it working out? Oh, thank God. I don't know what happened. It just kind of froze and then my earbuds disconnected. Just
Oh,
okay.
yeah.
We're back.
Dana
Sorry.
Dana
You
didn't
were
see Joker 2. Like the first one, but the sequel looked horrible. Okay.
oh yeah. You were about to say something about Claremont and I missed
I
it. You
hadn't
probably continued to talk in.
I said I haven't read any of the early Claremont X-Men. I remember reading Claremont Jim Lee in the 90s, but I couldn't tell you anything about it now. So I started with new X-Men and read onward from there. So
Mm.
except for X-Men Gold, I didn't read that. I read X-Men Blue. I loved X-Men Red, X-Men Purple, Silver, Green, whatever. I've read once I finish Krakoa, I'll be pretty much caught up for the modern stuff. And by modern, I mean new X-Men on. And then I'm waiting 5 years to read X-Men again for all this From the Ashes stuff to be collected in omnibus format.
Mm.
Because I've read a lot of X-Men in the past 5 years.
I
Um,
get you. I I don't know if you'll believe it or not. I read all of the From the Ashes issues in like one day. Like everything that came out, like a week ago or a week and a half ago or something. I just decided, okay, I want to read X-Men. Uh I'm just gonna use the fact that they have a new era. Let me just catch up
yeah.
with everything. And like in one day I read all of the issues that came out so far.
Uh, Vanessa is apologizing because she fell asleep. Don't worry, you're here. Read what you love, Bar. Yeah, I agree with that. Peace and love.
Mm-hmm.
Jewish Dragons. Hi, Bar. I'm sorry that I can't stay over the stream, but wanted to say hello. It's nice to see you again. Hi, Jess. I'll catch everyone in the next stream. Right
Hi
on.
Jewish Dragons. It was nice seeing you.
I will see DC Finest. Curtis is thinking I won't see the omnibus. And what the heck? Why are you bringing that up when Curtis was plotting my demise? Javier, we're talking about Bronze Age Batman with the introduction of Ra's al Ghul, 1970-ish. Denny O'Neil and Neil Adams introduced Ra's al Ghul and the whole storyline for the next few years. And it was revolutionary at the time, 1970. Of course, I was 11 years old. Thank you very much. Because Neil Adams' artwork was so amazing compared to what had come prior. Then, and I don't know why, but in 2017-ish, no, earlier than that, because I lost the book in the flood in 2017. Maybe 2015, there was a Batman omnibus by Neil Adams, and he re-inked everything and recolored it with a computer. The colors were god-awful, and his inking, God bless Neil Adams, but his inking just wasn't the same as it was. It didn't need to be done. If you want, anybody that's listened to me since I've been on the air, one of my first videos was why I dislike Neil Adams' Batman omnibus with a fiery passion. It didn't need any of that stuff. In the original colors and the original inks, it was powerful and showed you how they had moved on from sort of the Batman 66 cartoony era. And this is when he got dark and started going out at night only. And Ra's al Ghul was an actual intellectual adversary on Batman's level. And I don't know, maybe they were just like, let Neil Adams do what he wants. I don't know why, but so the colors were just garish and god awful. So all I can hope is I'm not going to get that Bronze Age omnibus for a solid 10 years. They're still on Batman Silver Age #1. That's like 1955 through 57. I don't know that I'm going to be alive for the Bronze Age omnibus. So I'm hoping it comes out in DC Finest with just what it was and a full story, because Neil Adams was notoriously slow and there were other artists in there that continued the story. So to get a complete story, you'll get it in either the Bronze Age omnibus or a DC Finest collection, which I can only assume that is at the top of their list, DC Finest.
I just have to say, I love how petty you are about this entire thing. It just makes me laugh every
Petty?
single time.
Which
Petty.
what am I petty about?
Petty. Why not petty your life?
What am I petty about? Wanting the original colors?
Yes, I love how annoyed you get whenever they bring that up. Like it instantly flares you up in seconds.
It does. It gripes
And
my
Javier,
cookies. I should have already had it.
Javier, basically what he was saying, that original colors mean the colors that were originally printed in the original printing, the first printing, instead of recoloring in new printings. That's basically what it means.
Yeah. If you missed that in my tirade, yeah. Maddie was at C2E2. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, that's the one.
Jake, don't worry. We've got a 2-hour limit because Bar has to get up early for work tomorrow. So we won't be going over your little show that's after this at 4:00.
I'm sorry, Jake. You have to start doing your streams at a senior hour. I'm sorry.
Dan Mora is amazing. His work on Batman Superman World's Finest. Superman and the upcoming Justice League Unlimited book is amazing. Would love a book of his artwork. Yes. Venom 3 was better than Joker 2. Wow. I don't know that that's really big praise, but okay.
I mean, the bar is not high.
Yeah, it's not. You're right.
The bar is in hell.
No, I don't think you should start. Although I saw Venom 1 and I thought I was entertained. I was okay. But I didn't see 2 because I saw Let There Be Carnage. I saw that wig on Woody Harrelson and I said, I'm not going to see this. This looks dumb. But I don't think you're better off not even starting Venom.
Gary, that would depend. Do you like this character? If so, stay away from it.
Yeah,
If
I
you
would
don't
read the
care about
Venom
him
book.
like me, you might enjoy it. I did enjoy the movies. I enjoyed them for whatever mess they were. I think that even bad movies can be enjoyable, and I did enjoy them.
Have you seen Madam Web?
I have not.
I haven't either. We should have a viewing of that and like a live viewing in my Discord. I need to see. Even everybody that tells me not to see it, I want to see it anyway.
It
Just to
makes you
just
want
to
to
be
see it
petty.
more.
Yeah, just to spite them.
And also, I intend to watch it as a comedy movie fully. Like, I feel like sometimes movies are so bad, you just gotta laugh at them. Thinking about them as a comedy movie makes them better.
Well, there's so many good movies that I haven't seen. I feel like it would be bad for me to see. Excuse me. It would be bad for me to see Madam Web first, but it's only like an hour and a half, and if it's really terrible, it's probably funny, like you said. Maybe I'll watch it
Mm.
after this show.
Do you plan on, like, watching, like, the new stuff? Like Superman, I'm very excited for
Oh
Superman
yeah,
by
I
James
am too.
Gunn.
Yeah, I'm
Like,
excited to
that's a
see
movie
that
I'm
too.
gonna go day one.
I will leave the house to see that movie. That's a big statement. Yeah, I will leave my
Wow.
house. Yeah, I will go to
That
the
is
movie.
a big statement.
Yeah, the last movie I think I saw in theaters was Barbie, and then I feel like I saw another one. I feel like it wasn't Venom. What did I see with my movie buddy? I feel like oh,
Deadpool?
yeah, exactly. Deadpool and Wolverine. I did
Yeah.
leave my house to see that, and that was great.
That was also the last time I went to the movies. Are you going to watch Creature Commandos?
Yeah, sure. That's gonna I finished. You know what you should see? Have you seen Suicide Squad Isekai?
I have not. I'm scared.
Oh, it's not. No, it's hilarious. It's really
Is
good.
it?
Yeah,
I
they
just
get.
saw Harley and Joker in all of the promotion, and that pushed me
Oh,
away.
I know, but it's so good. I really, really liked it a lot. Because it's an isekai, so they get transported to another world, and Harley's still a badass. Joker's Joker's only in it on the original Earth, not where they get transported to. Like Peacemaker and Clayface and Harley get transported to this other kind of fantasy world where I guess it's a typical isekai world where there's castles in the clouds and stuff. So it's very Japanese fantasy type based, and they're there to try and stop a war. It's
Mm.
10 episodes, and Clayface knows about isekai, and he's the best thing in it. Harley's great, Peacemaker's great. I think Deadshot's in it too. And some other I can't think, but Clayface is hilarious because he knows it's an isekai and they've been transported to another world, and he plays it as a very effective thespian who knows everything about theater as he does, and it's really good. I
But
think
like, how prominent is Joker and the Harley and Joker relationship in this show? Like, that's gonna make it or break it for me. Like,
it's not very prominent. They show their story on Earth, and I will say it seems Joker seems very Japanesey designed to me. He's got a it, it's not that bad. It's okay. They're sort of it's not Jared Leto bad. It's not as bad as Jared Leto.
I
It's not as
I
good as
honestly, with Joker, I don't care if it's a good Joker or a bad Joker. I just don't want to see Joker.
oh yeah,
Like,
okay.
I
Well,
want
you won't.
Joker away.
It's only just a little bit of backstory sometimes.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
Like,
mostly them in the, the different world, and
oh,
how
okay.
they how they're they keep getting thrown in jail because they keep trying to defend um this princess and everything, and it's I mean it's an anime from Japan, so it's going to be very Japanesey. but if I'm saying
Mm.
that right, without being offensive,
Japanese.
I apologize to all the Japanese viewers, which I have zero of. Um, but I think you'd dig it because
Shut up,
Harley's
Josh.
really cool in it. She's got a big mallet and whacks the heck out of everybody, so it's cool.
Mm.
Yeah, I know if you don't like the first two episodes, just stop watching. I'm not telling you to watch all of it.
No, but
Although
you need to watch Arcane, and I'll watch that.
I
You
will watch
have to
Arcane.
watch Arcane.
You know what? I'm going to start Arcane right after this. I won't watch
Yes.
Madam Web. I'll start Arcane if you start Suicide Squad Isekai.
Okay. Okay. We made a deal. We made a
Uh, are,
deal.
okay, we made a deal. Pinky swear
Yeah. Yes.
over here. There we go. Okay, pinky swear.
That was bad. Um, you also have you been watching like Agatha all along, Penguin?
I haven't, and I heard Penguin's awesome.
Penguin is amazing. I've only watched the first 5 episodes.
Yeah. Now
It has to win all the Emmys this year.
and Agatha all along. Yeah, I should be watching that too. Okay, this is what I'm going to do. I'll start Arcane after this. I'll watch like 2 episodes. Then I'm just
No,
going to.
you'll watch 3 episodes. 3 episodes. It goes three, three, three. You
All
have
right,
to
I'll
watch the
watch
three
three
together.
episodes right after this, and then I'm going to record a video so I get that off my back because it's been bothering me. Once I can get a couple of videos made and put out there, then I can watch Agatha all along and everything else.
I'm
Um,
already telling you, after episode 3, you're gonna be like, "Oh, I want to watch episode 4." Oh, like episode 3 just ends like this, and you're like, "I need to see what happens next. I need to see where this leads to."
okay, awesome. I'm fine with that. I still haven't seen the second season of Spy X Family, and that's what I really want to watch. Apparently, Null is barely in Venom 3. Okay. Uh, Venom 2 is an amazing scene with Venom at a rave. It's gay AF. I love it. Venom at a rave? That actually might be kind of funny. I'm on my way to
I
see Venom 3 right now. Okay.
Oh,
Well, I hope
I
you
hope
enjoy
you
it,
have fun.
Graphic. Yeah. Oh, I need to get back to JLI. It's been since spring that I've read it, Mr. Awesome. I'm halfway through book 1. I still have a bookmark in there, so I'll get back to it, but it's going to be a bit because I still have to finish Justice League Dark Rebirth, and I have like another 800 pages to go.
Mm.
Mr. Awesome, Bar, what female characters, if any, do you want to read more of?
As I said, I loved Kitty, Emma. I think Magic is really cool, but I haven't read much of hers. But I know that once I dig into her, I love her. Her design is badass.
Yeah, it's really
Um,
great. I think
so Kitty, Emma,
she's getting her own comic too.
yeah, yeah. Along with there's also Psylocke. I mean, Marvel has been kind of fire lately, giving all these female characters their own series. It's like they heard me talking
Yeah.
crap about them on every stream.
Oh,
um
okay.
like having you like on the streams you do with Omar, I'm always on the chat like, where are all the female characters, where are all the female books? I think they heard me,
I
maybe.
think they must have.
um so yeah, Emma, Kitty, Magic, Destiny, Mystique as well. Um, who else?
Do you want to see more? Do
Wanda.
you want to see more Black Canary?
I think they meant Marvel. Was it
Oh,
not?
he just said what female characters do you want? I don't think he did. He mean just
No, I
Marvel?
think I saw that comment when we were talking about the Marvel books. So I
Oh,
assumed he was
okay. Yeah, that was 20
talking about
minutes ago.
Marvel.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So
Whatever.
yeah, Wanda. I did
Yeah.
really love the Robinson series. I did recently subscribe to Marvel Unlimited. So some of the series that I said here are actually stuff that I've read on that app. So I did save the current Scarlet Witch series, which I heard was really good.
It
Like
is
the
really good.
Yeah, it's first like 10 issues, then she has the Quicksilver miniseries, and then a new like number
Yeah, it's
one
like the
ongoing. It's
Unstoppable
confusing.
Scarlet Witch or something. Yeah.
So, and I heard it's good. I like the art. I love the covers. So I saved it and I plan on starting it soon.
I
That's
can
what happens. I
I can
don't read
vouch
my
for
book.
it. That's one of my favorite comics of the year. I can vouch for it.
And
It's
that's
re
where I'm also reading Fantastic Four right now.
I've got 4 of those trades. I don't have enough time in the world, but I sure have enough good books to read.
Mm.
I really want to read that Fantastic Four. Peter just raves about it.
You haven't started yet? Like you have the four trades, but you haven't.
No,
I
because
gotta
I
say that. Oh, sorry.
no, go ahead.
I gotta say that first issue is so good. I was actually surprised how much I loved that story of like him, Ben, and Alicia going to this like uh old school town and finding out. Oh, okay, I'm not gonna spoil it for you, but like
I'll forget. Go ahead.
so good.
Spoil it all. It's only the
uh,
first issue.
so spoiler to the people in the chat who haven't read it yet and plan
Wait,
on reading
wait, I
it.
do have a spoiler banner. Just a sec. Wait. Okay, spoilers for Fantastic Four.
So
Book
basically,
one.
they go to this
Two one.
kind of like old school town. We find out that Fantastic Four kind of disbanded after something that happened in New York. We At that point we don't know yet what happened. Um, so Ben and Alicia go on a vacation kind of thing, and they reach this kind of a weird town that everything looks like 40s, like 1940s, and it's kind of weird at the beginning. You don't understand what's happening because it restarts over and over again, and then you
Oh.
discover that the town is stuck in a loop. They live the same day over and over again, and they're stuck in 1940. So Ben and
Wow.
Alicia have to find out what the heck is happening, and how they fix it and how they leave this place. It's so good, so good. I was surprised at how much I enjoyed it.
Oh,
Beautiful
awesome.
art too.
Okay, spoilers over. Thank you. Um, uh, let's see. Something happened. That's a fair critique. This was back at 2 for X-Men. If you're new to X-Men, enjoying it, go for it or go with it. I grew up with the Claremont era, and sometimes new takes don't work for me.
Yeah.
I do like Hickman's Krakoa. The rest I didn't like too much. New Mutants was fun. You have to read X-Force by Kyle and Yost. It's modern enough. And you get Laura and Domino being awesome. And
I
I've
do love
read,
Laura.
I'm done. I finished Trials of X. And that's where I stopped. I read Inferno, X Lives of Wolverine, and that's where I stopped. And then I feel like almost all the trades are out now that I can read, finish it, the Krakoa era, and then I'm stopping for 5 years. No more X-Men for 5 years.
The thing with that X-Force series, I do really want to read it, but I feel like they'll release it in an omnibus sometime at some point. So I'm kind of waiting for that because that's kind of like the one major Laura Kinney storyline that hasn't yet been collected in an omnibus. I mean, like from all her series from X-23 to All New Wolverine, what happens in X-Force is mentioned quite a lot in those stories. Like it does get referenced. So I do plan on reading that, but I'm hoping that they'll announce an omnibus for that at some point.
I think people really want that omnibus, and I'm surprised that seems like a natural omnibus to me.
Yeah.
Because I have yet to see a negative word about Kyle and Yost's X Force.
Yeah, I heard it takes kind of like a dark turn from what I've seen. Um but yeah, I do want to for them to collect it. It doesn't seem like past X. I mean, you guys correct me. I'm very new to X-Men, but I don't know. I think the only really modern X-Men comics that have been collected in Omni, like the latest ones, of course, it's X-Men by Hickman, if you can really even call it an omnibus. But you have House of M, X-Force, and all new X-Men by what's his name? Grant Morrison. And is it
New
right? New
X-Men,
X-Men?
New
Yes.
X-Men, then
And
Astonishing X-Men.
Astonishing X-Men. Yes. So that those are like, it's kind of interesting that Marvel has not made a lot more. Like they have so many things that I could print, and I like, where are you guys? I do wish to get more of the pre Krakoa collected, because I feel like it's kind of all over the place, so it's hard for me to try to get into. So I do wish to have that collected, and of course the Krakoa era.
Yeah, I don't know how they're collecting Krakoa. I bet it's going to be in like modern Marvel epic fashion. Otherwise, it's going to be 20 Omnis. It
Very
takes up
convoluted.
so much room in my collection. I mean,
Yeah.
it's on the other side of this Kalax. It's like a complete line. Actually, I have it all organized over here. How much is Krakoa? Okay, House of X. Okay, yeah, it's almost 4 full shelves. 4 full shelves of Krakoa.
The problem is most of it is out of print at this point. So they'll need to find a way to reprint these things.
Oh
I
yeah,
don't think they're gonna reprint the deluxe editions. I mean, Marvel kind of abandoned
right.
that. I
Yeah,
do have three deluxe editions. I have X-Men, Hellfire Gala, Inferno, and Hellions. And I have the Hickman X-Men.
Hellions is
Um,
great.
yeah, Max actually got me on that and forced me basically to read it.
Let's see. Thank you, Ada. Thank you. Appreciate it. Um, welcome back. I would agree with Bat, Kato. Skip X-Men, read Morrison and Pollock's Doom Patrol. Two hours. I don't know that I think Morrison's Doom Patrol, Rachel Pollack's Doom Patrol, I love them, but I also think Morrison's Doom Patrol is a harder read than Krakoa X-Men. And I think
Really?
Trials of X, the whole thing, Trials of X 1 through 10, those trades, I loved everything except for one series. I loved all of
Mm.
them. And the one series was uh oh dear, I think it might have been by Teenie Howard. It was about these wannabe X-Men. I forget what it was called. But
Uh,
I love Trials of X, the whole thing.
my thing with that is that like these series are kind of all over the place, and they also all connect to one another. So I don't really know what comes before what affects who. I feel like I'm gonna be so confused reading most of these titles. So as long as they like take all of these titles and put them in reading order in omnibuses, I think it'll be a little easier for me
Yeah,
to follow the storyline.
yeah. Joker 2 is crap! Exclamation point times 12.
I think you liked
Uh-oh.
it.
Here she is. How can Barr here he is. How can Barr have a stack of shame? This implies she has good books to read.
Okay, Josh, I see how it is. Go go F yourself.
From Starscream, Bar, I've been a reader of X-Men for 35 years now. I also think personally the new From the Ashes era is for me better than Krakoa era. So
Okay.
you're starting at a good place.
Yeah.
Oh dear. Yeah, it sounds like Joker 2 shouldn't be watched. X-Men from the Ashes is very good. The only horrible book is X Factor. Max
Oh, it is.
described X Factor as a comic book to me. Otherwise, he was like giving all these nice descriptions of the book. X Factor is a comic book.
I mean, it's a comic book where Pyro doesn't understand his own powers. He doesn't understand how fire works. Like, it's just bad writing. I generally I like Mark Russell. And have a comic signed by him. I like the guy.
Yeah, I'm
This is not
surprised.
good. This is not
I'm
good.
surprised. Wow. And here's Jake thinking it's all about him. You
Oh, come
always
on,
think it's
Jake.
about you, don't you, Jake?
Do you want to fight, Jake? Is that what you want? Do you want to fight?
She's gonna fly over and kick your ass, pal. And to ask, is From the Ashes a good starting point to reread reread X-Men? I've been out of the X-Men game for a while. I think supposedly it is, right? You're starting From the Ashes, and
Yeah.
I think it is supposed to be a good place to start. It's a whole
Yeah,
new
like
starting point.
all you
Yeah.
need to know is that they used to have a nation named Krakoa, and they no longer have it. And now they're all over the world once again. And to be honest, I as much as I liked everything that I've read from Krakoa, I much enjoy X-Men when they're specifically mutant stories when they are out there in the world. I felt like one thing that I was really missing in the Krakoa era books was the minority aspect, you know?
Mm. Mm-hmm.
The the minority that is chased
Yeah.
down, that is being
Yeah.
that's something that I feel that I was missing. And I feel it so strongly with this new series. Like, oof, some of them even hit me in my feels, to be honest. Like, especially with all the new mutants that we get to meet in some of these new series. And like we're seeing all the bullying that they have to go through, all the hate that they receive, and I'm like, damn, like I get you. I mean, yeah. I this is very relatable, unfortunately. And I think that makes them more human than kind of like separating them from society and throwing them into this kind of like paradise island place, you know?
Bar, I have the perfect recommendation for you. New X-Men by Kyle and Yost. I I feel like, let's see, I have that, I think, in the original New X-Men Childhood's End. I think that might have gotten an omnibus, and that's supposed to be really good. New X-Men Childhood's End by Kyle and Yost. Yeah, it's supposed to be really good. I have it in trade still because
Is
Peter
it
already organized everything for me, and I'm not moving it.
is it an omnibus?
I
The
I think
Yost
if
and
James, you can correct me when I catch up to you in 20 minutes. If New X-Men by Kyle and Yost Childhood's End is a collection, I feel like it got collected.
mm, okay.
Matt's
Oh, thank you,
here.
Alex, for that information. Sorry.
Yeah, no, that's fine. Good to see you, Josh. I have no idea what this means. I'm dragging you back to the plane to read that omnibus. Okay, wait. What time was that? 2:07. That was, what were we talking about 23 minutes ago?
Was it the Neil Adams Batman? What was it?
I don't. Maybe. I guess we should keep notes. I should keep notes on what we're talking about at certain time periods because I don't know what this means.
Y'all, please be specific about what you're talking about because we're not. We both me and Jess have very bad memories. Okay.
Yeah, who am I talking to? Oh, the Unstoppable bar. Okay.
Who is it? Oh,
Uh,
it's Jess. It's not Maddie. As pretty as her though.
oh, well, that's a compliment. Thank you. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do an 8 p.m. show tonight. Upper management is at a craft fair all day, and she's
Mm.
either well, she might be going to bed early. So maybe I think Jake wants to do a show. Maybe I can pop in on Jake's channel.
Wait, are we not going to see Patty tonight?
She's at a craft fair right now.
Oh.
She's selling her craft.
Well, I hope she has fun.
Jess, I am a grown man who is years old. At what age do we stop being susceptible to bullying and peer pressure? Asking for a friend. Never. As far as comic books go, never. I'm always bullied. I get internet bullied all the time into reading things. Totally true.
But you usually deserve it. Like it's justifiable most of the
Yeah, so
time.
it's justifiable internet bullying. Sure.
Same goes for Dwayne, by the way. Logan. Same goes for Logan.
No guarantee for original colors in DC Finest. There's already been a mix of original colors and updated in the ones released. Ugh. You are a buzzkill, Bat Cato. You've
Uh,
drained me of all hope.
I have a random question for you, if that's
Me?
okay.
Great.
Yes.
Is it
Do
about
you
what is it about?
I feel like you're one of the like the most positive like comic book uh channels ever. I rarely see you like get annoyed at something. Um do you have pet peeves when it comes to comics? Like something so small that will annoy you and make you not want to read something?
That will
Or
annoy me. Pet peeves. I feel like somebody asked this question recently in maybe when I was doing Very Fine a couple weeks ago on a Saturday morning. They asked what pet peeves we had. What's a pet peeve in a comic that will make me not read it? Well, it's kind of a general thing, but like Identity Crisis is an example of when and maybe it's the same for you with Harley Quinn, but when characters aren't written, um, what's the word I want to use? Characters aren't written. They're not writing the characters properly. Like they have the character act out of character.
yeah.
Like, you know, yes, peace and love. I'm aware these are made up uh, books, that this isn't real life. But when they have some character just not act the way the character has been for years, like Kenny was saying, Superman full of rage, or um, Wonder Woman acting a certain way. I didn't like Identity Crisis, first of all, because it tackled a subject matter that did not need to be in that book. And the characters were so out of character that I was like, this doesn't make any sense. It's like the writer didn't understand the character. So that's probably what would take me out of a book more than art I don't dig or bad lettering. I would say if the character's not in character, that's
Mm,
that's something that would pull me out of a book. Which might be why you don't like, explains why you don't like the new Harley, because she's not like her established character. They're leaning in a direction you don't care for.
yeah. I'd say pet peeves for me in general rather than like specific characters. I'd say when it's unclear what bubble of dialogue you should read
Oh,
next.
oh yeah, that's something when or when when the
When it's
panel,
like this,
yeah, and you don't know that. You're like, you read this and it's supposed to go across.
and
Yeah,
then like the conversation is disconnected, and you're like, wait, did I miss something?
yeah,
Or um
yeah, I totally
when
agree with
a
that
new
one.
writer just completely ignores everything like that the previous writer did. Like I'm gonna ignore all the new characters that this writer created. I'm gonna ignore everything that they did with this character. I'm gonna do my own thing.
Right. They
Like
can they can continue the story and make it different without ignoring the previous stuff. Like Star Wars 9 completely forgot about what happened in Star Wars 8. Wait. Rise of Skywalker totally forgot about what happened in Last Jedi. That's an extreme example. No, it's not an extreme example. It's why nobody liked number 9, because it didn't have anything to do with the previous movie that was good. They could have continued, but same with comic books. If it's a new writer, they can take it in a different direction and still have the character be true to his and or herself, right?
But also, like, if the previous series, sometimes series can go on for like 2 or 3 years. Characters go through development. They go through things that, and suddenly a new writer coming on the series, and like, nah, I'm gonna ignore everything that happened. I'm just gonna do my own thing. And I'm like, but this character had been through so much. There's a progress that they went on, and for some reason, the previous team just couldn't continue. But I want the story to continue. And suddenly it's like on a full stop.
Yeah.
Uh, Sometimes I do understand like the misfortune of some of these writers. Like, uh, we don't have a writer on this series right now. We need you to get on it. So like, I get it. And sometimes, like, the Batwoman situation after J.H. Williams left, he left the book because his disagreements with DC. Everyone was mad at the series, not at the fault of the new writers. They had to follow the instructions of DC that J.H. Williams disagreed on. So people didn't like the change, the DC forced on the series, so it kind of fell on the new writer.
Well,
Um,
yeah. And Mark Andreyko had to wrap everything up in like one issue.
yeah, so it's not always the writer's fault. Like, I can acknowledge that. The publisher definitely has some fault in that. But yeah, that's definitely a serious pet peeve of mine that can make me go, nope, I'm not reading that.
Jake's right. I did leave the house last year to see the Marvels, and I had a great time. But and James is right. Deadpool and Wolverine. Um, Lev asks, "Are you going to see the new Fantastic Four in the theater?" Um, sure. Why not?
Sure, yeah. I mean, I guess that by the time that it comes out, maybe I'll get more into this team. Like, this series by Ryan North, it's the first ever Fantastic Four I've ever read, and I'm enjoying it. So I feel like maybe after this I might read the Mark Waid stuff or
Oh yeah,
anything that I've heard
yeah,
it's really
yeah, yeah,
good.
yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah,
I love
that's
Mark Waid as well, so
yeah. Okay, since you're mocking me here, Gary, just didn't you see the Marvels theaters and liked it? LOL. I have the power. Since you're mocking me, I'm putting you in timeout. Get the hell out of here. Yeah.
Kenny, I
Nope.
do love Supergirl. I really love Supergirl. She's one of my favorite characters, and just unfortunately, there's not much the DC is doing with her right now. Like, it's kind of crazy. You would think that with her having an upcoming movie, that DC would announce a new Supergirl series as part of the new initiative, or the all new initiative. That's kind of weird. Th- I love her. There's just not much happening with her right now outside of maybe guest appearances in the
Wait, who are we
Superman
talking
books.
about?
Supergirl.
Supergirl. Yeah.
Yeah. I
Where was
like
that
her.
question? Where was that comment?
Kenny just said something. Yeah,
Oh,
Kenny's last comment.
everybody's okay. Everybody's talking about how great Penguin is. Why? Hey, Hondo, you should be watching Penguin and Arcane. I'm going to watch season 1 of Arcane apparently right after this, and I'll take. I will take
You
pictures to
better
prove it.
write to me.
I'm
You
going to
better
take
write to
pictures
me.
and send them to you. I'll
I
send them
need
to
no,
you in
I need to see
Discord.
how you feel about it, because I feel like you love it, and episode 3 will just leave you like, "Oh my god, what is happening? What just happened?" I need to see how you feel about it. You
Okay.
don't have to, but I
What do
would
you want me
like
to do?
to.
Call you? Fly over and visit you? What is it you're asking me to do?
Yes. Like, I want you here by tomorrow morning.
um, Bar will be forced to read Claremont's New Mutants for Magic. Now, I will say, Claremont's New Mutants I read and enjoyed a lot. So that's a Claremont book you can read that's not written, that's dense and stuff. That first New Mutants, I haven't read the second one yet, but that first New Mutants book is awesome, and it's by
Mm.
Claremont, and it's got magic and all the New Mutants, and it's really good.
And Karma, I've actually really been interested in Karma as well. as being, I think she was like one of the first lesbian characters in comics from what I've read. So that's
Mm.
interesting. I mean, Claremont, I gotta say about that man, he did a lot for the LGBTQ plus community with his X-Men books. Even all the ideas that he had, he couldn't unfortunately do it back then, but they do it now, thanks to him. So I appreciate it.
He laid the groundwork.
He laid the groundwork, yes, and he was always, from what I've read about him, he was always very open about it in interviews that he wanted to do those things with the characters, like
Cool.
Mystique and Destiny and Rachel and Betsy. He always wanted these couples. So I appreciate you, Claremont. Thank you.
Just read that FF by Ryan North. It's so good. Okay, I will. Logan, Bar, you need to get to know Storm better. The greatest female X-Man, in my opinion, probably the second or third greatest overall.
From the few that I've read her with, she felt a little boring compared to other characters. I mean, look at the characters that I love. I love Harley Quinn. I love Poison Ivy. I like these characters that have a little crazy to them, that have like a very strong personality, that they have a gray line in a way that they can cross. That's something that I find a little more interesting. And Storm feels like one of those characters. They're very like straightforward. She's very much the good guy. And I just find that a little boring in the same way that I find Jean boring. She can be a great character. I just think that she's a little boring in that in that outside of the Phoenix, she doesn't really have much going for her. I'm sorry in that regard. She's a very straightforward, good guy. Same for Scott. So those characters, those kind of characteristics, tend to attract me a little less. I don't
I
know what
think
it is about Kitty that makes me like her. I don't know.
I don't know either, but because I love her the same way, and in Marauders, the Krakoa era Marauders, I feel like it sort of started slow, but it ended really strong with Emma and Kitty or Kate Pride. I feel
No
like it was
spoilers. I've read half of that. I need to go back to it.
the second half is better than the first. I like the whole book, but the second half is really, really good. Just won't read this. The nice thing with North FF, each issue is self-contained story, but continues big story little by little. I did read it, and that sounds good.
I'm not speaking ill of Storm. She's just not my archetype in a way. She's just not the character whose personality is made for me to be attracted to.
This is kind of rude. I Labruski, if I do it, I'm doing it with Jake. I'll probably appear on his show. So if you want to see me
Okay.
tonight, if you want to see me tonight, yeah, Jake, you're right. It is kind of rude.
Shots fired.
Yeah.
Jeez.
If I do the show tonight, I'm gonna appear on his channel probably.
Was
Uh
that called for? I don't know.
no, now he's saying, oh, just kidding. Love you, brother.
Okay,
Vanessa's calling
okay.
him out on it. Oh, you better explain yourself. Rob loves Omnis
Same.
and Steven Seagal. It looks like, is that Steven Seagal? No, under a
I don't know
Spartacus.
who
No,
that is.
that's somebody else. I think that's. I don't know who that was. Oh, William Lee with a hot take. Morrison, anything is overrated. How dare you?
Ooh.
Don't know what Harvey's laughing at. It could be anything I said. Oh, Barr versus Jake. My money's on Barr. I
When I
got
said that
20
I'm
on
gonna
Barr.
fight
No
Jake.
way she fights fair, and she has military training. She slept through most of it, though.
If only.
Yeah, everybody's money's on Barr. Wait, what are we betting on? Just bet on Barr. Barr, if you like the minority aspect and being chased, the whole Messiah era to Utopia might be for you. I think that does that include Necrotia? Because I think that's what Peter has recommended to me as an earlier in the series read through. He really liked that era. I know he loved Utopia, so I have a feeling it was the Messiah era. Is Necrotia included in that? Well, wait, I can look because everything's in order. Okay. Supernovas, Uncanny, X-Force, Ava, Necrotia, X-Force, Necrotia, Uncanny X-Men. Yeah, I think Necrotia is in that. Oh, and that's by Kyle and Yost too. So yeah, that's apparently a really good stretch.
I can say that that's a writer that I have not read yet, so intriguing. Kyle Yost.
Kyle and Yost.
Oh, Kyle and Yost. You see,
Yeah.
I don't know these people.
Okay. Well, that's the X-Force book that everybody
Oh,
loves
yeah,
so
yeah.
much. Yeah. Thank you, Vanessa. I appreciate that. I can't believe that Mark Russell. Well, I don't know. I get Mark Russell's the writer on X Factor,
Yeah.
and everybody agrees that it's not good. I guess sometimes when you take maybe he's better writing his own kind of stuff, like Flintstones and Snagglepuss.
I think he has a very specific style that might just not really fit with this kind of series. I do like him. I do like this the
Yeah,
few stuff that I've read of him. But this is just not it. I've also heard that it's not selling great. Like it's the one that is like selling the least from all the
I,
titles.
and I haven't heard anything good about it. So I, maybe I will not. As far as I'm aware, there's no omnibus for New X-Men by Kyle and Yost. It was collected multiple times. Yeah, I was thinking. Oh, okay. So there's not. Oh, that's interesting. New X-Men by Kyle and Yost did have trade paper. Oh, complete
You
collection.
can
That's
read
what I'm
it
thinking of.
on Marvel Unlimited though, so I will write it down. What's it called? X-Men, New X-Men, X-Men by Kyle and
New
Yost.
X-Men Childhood's End. New X-Men Childhood's End by Kyle and Yost. And you'll also want to read X-Force by Kyle and Yost. Let me see
Okay.
where that you need to read New X-Men first, and then after that comes X-Force by Kyle and Yost.
I do not write that fast.
Okay, I'm right here.
Okay. I
Oh,
wrote down X-Force and X-Men by Kyle and Yost.
let me see who wrote this. Just a sec. And Lauren Hillian. Blah, 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 blah. Oh, here's another Kyle and Yost book that you should read because it's all about magic, and it happens right in the middle of childhood. Freaking frick! It's New X-Men Childhood's End by Kyle and Yost, and in that is New X-Men Quest for Magic. I'm sure this is out of print, and that appears right in the middle, like towards the end of this New X-Men run.
God, I write like a 5-year-old.
That's fine. That's fine. I can read that. It's fine. And then after this, you can read X-Force by Kyle and Yost.
Yeah, I also wrote that down. I
No,
swear I can write better in Hebrew. I promise.
well,
This is
why didn't
not
you
this
write
is
it?
not representative of my writing skills. Sorry?
Why didn't you just write it in Hebrew? Is it too hard to write X-Men and Quest for Magic in Hebrew? Is there not a Hebrew word for X-Men?
No, we just write X-Men in Hebrew with
Oh,
Hebrew letters. Uh
got it.
but I wouldn't know how to write all those other things. Childhood's Hand, Quest for Magic. I'll just write it in English. It's oh, thank you, James. James sent me everything that I need in a private message.
Oh,
He
okay,
just
good.
sent me. Thank you, James. This is
Jess
why
is,
he's a good friend.
Jess is the man, but he hates when people talk about where. Oh, pity ma, I thought we were friends. What are you talking about? This is back to the bullying.
I love slippers.
Je- Jess, give up the ghost. Okay, dying, dragging you back to this mortal color. What I mean, I will drag your soul back into your body to read Bronze Age Batman. Okay, now I
Oh,
understand.
it's okay. Josh doesn't make sense like 99% of the time. You just gotta nod and smile.
Oh, I asked what irrational comics related pet peeves you had in the Jeopardy stream. I wasn't in the Jeopardy stream. I said mine was people who write Spider-Man without the hyphen. Right. I wasn't in
Mm.
the Jeopardy stream, but it might have been uh, the VFC Saturday chat that I did with Curtis and Lars and Dom.
Because Curtis said about Reed's neck stretching, I've
Oh
been
yeah,
noticing it every time in the in the Ryan North series, and I'm like, oh, Curtis would hate this. Curtis would hate this every single time. I hate that he pointed that out.
that's right.
That's annoying now.
Thank you, Matt. I appreciate it. Yeah, Gen Z slang and poetry. What the heck were you talking about? Um, okay, talking about One Piece, so nobody wants to hear that. People reading about One Piece. Bar, you need to read some Supergirl. We already read that. One Piece, One Piece, One Piece. What the hell?
Who's writing all this One Piece? Is it Josh?
But he's the antagonist with One Piece.
James? Both three episodes are fantastic.
Great points, Justin Barr. When a writer, creator comes in and change a character like Superman when he is at his core, it does not work. Going next Imagine that on me. 1 out of 2. What is the second one? Yes, you can have stories about Superman being challenged, but he still may stay true to who he is and have humanity and hope. Yes. Jess, what is your all-time favorite Harley run? It would be the New 52 run that got me into Harley. And I need to post from September when I met Palmiotti and Connor at Baltimore, and they were so nice to sign and draw in my book as their handler was trying to scoot them off to lunch. And I blatantly just stuck my nose in there and took a picture with them and everything. They were super nice. But yeah, I would say New 52 is my favorite.
I think mine is maybe Harleen. I really love Harley Quinn Breaking Glass, even
Oh
though
yeah.
that's a YA graphic
Mm-hmm.
novel. What else? What else? I love the 2000s Carl Castle series.
Yeah. Yeah. That hasn't been finished.
Yeah, DC.
Get with
Yeah.
it.
Get with it. Yeah. Um, what
I
else?
I love the Paul Dini stuff in Gotham City Sirens. That was
I
good.
I love parts of it. There are parts that I remember that I didn't enjoy as much, but it's been a few years since I've read it, so maybe I'll feel different about it when I do a reread. I just remember how I felt rather than which parts I enjoyed and which I did. I remember the first half was great.
Yeah, that's the Paul Dini part.
Yeah, the second half was kind of,
And that's well, the problem is
especially
that
that ending.
the writer anytime you follow up on Paul Dini, you better have somebody great writing it.
Mm.
And I think it might have been Tony Bedard, and he's okay. He's not bad, but he's following up Paul Dini, and that's really hard to do.
I would say that storyline when it comes to 2024, it's kind of outdated. Harley, I'm not gonna spoil this to people who want to read it, but Harley does since 2009. She goes through quite a change ever since. So even if you don't necessarily enjoy that Harley in there, don't completely give up on her. She goes through a lot of changes over the years, especially her relationship with Poison Ivy, and this Trinity also goes through a lot of the change. So uh, even if you're not a fan of this one, I do say continue reading. It's not necessarily their best.
I'll have to read it again because I read it a
Yeah.
long time ago. That's interesting. Okay. YP is here. Welcome. People taking issue with Storm being boring. Storm is a bit overrated.
Ooh.
Josh wants to ban Mr. Awesome. Okay. Storm.
I mean, are y'all gonna agree with me at least that Jean and Scott are very boring and that whole romantic storyline, like, come on.
Yeah.
Like,
Emma and Scott are way more interesting.
First of all, I find Scott very not interesting. I'd like him to not be in the stuff that I read. He's okay in the background. He's fine in the current X-Men, but it's also because he's more the leader and he doesn't really do the stuff. It's more the current new team that has to do the stuff, so I do enjoy that. And I did enjoy Jean in what was it? X-Men Red by Tom King.
Oh yeah, that
And
is such a good book.
yeah, and I think I might have liked it because Scott wasn't there and there wasn't this whole I feel like every time I read something with Jean, there's this whole romantic drama that I just don't care about. I just don't care about this. I just want to skip it every single time. And I also was also why I didn't like X-Men 97 as much as everyone else. I just felt that it was good, but it just focused on that romance so much, and I don't care about them. Move
I
on. I
let
don't
me
care.
Okay, let me just say that anybody that has a turntable out there, you owe it to yourself to get the vinyl from X-Men 97. It is so great. I am having the best time listening to it. That music is so great.
Mm.
While you're playing it, don't imagine the romance between Storm and Jean and Maddie uh, prior.
Wait, the romance between Storm and Jane. Wait,
I mean, Cyclops. Yeah, imagine Storm
I
and
wish.
Jean. Yeah, imagine Storm and Jean. No,
That's what
ignore
you want.
Cyclops and Jean and Cyclops and Maddie Pryor. Just listen to the great X-Men 97 soundtrack. It's so good.
But yeah, I just feel like that relationship is dragging down both characters and Scott in general. I find him very boring. I just have zero interest in him. And Jean can be interested when she's away from him. And Emma, my girl, you can do like a billion times better than that man. Like, come on. You're
Yeah,
an
but she
interesting
messed with
woman.
him. It was so good. I loved it.
She's such an interesting woman. What the heck are you doing with this boring white man? Come on.
Oh,
Come on.
bringing race into it too. Wow. Okay. Um, don't worry, Logan. Yeah, I thought that's where the pet peeves one came in because those guys had some pet peeves too. Bart, Bar, what got you into Harley Quinn? What was the
Margot
Harley?
Robbie.
Oh, really? And then
Yeah, it started.
What did you read after you saw her?
Okay, the story goes, I was in my room just bored on YouTube and I saw there's a trailer suggested to me called Suicide Squad. I had no idea what Suicide Squad is. I had no idea what comics are. Like I knew that there used to be exist something that is called comics and I knew about the Marvel Universe movies that I didn't really care about at the time. Um, so I decided to watch it, and something about Margot Robbie just kind of like attracted me to go and look up that movie. And I read about it, and I saw that it is based on comic books, and so I was like, oh, so this character must exist like before this. So I looked up what character she plays, and that's how I got to Harley Quinn, and I started reading about her online. For weeks I just read about her on the internet because I really had no idea anything about comics. I had no idea they were still being published. I had no idea what's DC, what's Marvel, like nothing. So finding out that she has comics coming out right now and that I can find, okay, yeah, I was a pirate and I found them online.
Do you remember
And
what first ones you read?
I first read Palmiotti and Connor. Like
Mm-hmm.
I looked up what's the comics that are coming out right now, and at that moment it was the New 52. It was right before the Rebirth relaunch.
Okay.
Like Rebirth started in August 2020 2016 when the movie was coming out, and that was like a few months before that. So the New 52 was closing out and I started reading it online. And then right before the movie, I believe, I went to Tel Aviv with my sister, and I knew that there are two comic book stores there in like the biggest shopping center. So that's why I dragged her there. Um, and where is it? I want to show you what I got there,
Okay.
but I can't. Oh, there it is. My first ever comic.
Oh, nice. What a good one to get.
Yeah, I was like, I already read the first few issues, so this was my very first one, and I believe so random. I got Injustice 2, like Injustice Year 3 or something.
I haven't
So
even read
random.
Injustice 3. Is she in that?
Injustice Year 3. I think it was like before. I don't know. I was like, well, it says DC on it. I see Superman. I see
Uh-oh.
Wonder Woman. Okay, I'll buy it. I thought it was Justice League, to be honest, because
Okay.
I read that there was going to be a Justice League movie, and I was like, okay, so I'm buying this. I'm gonna get Justice League. So for me, Injustice, Justice League.
Makes sense.
Give me a break. I was new to this. I
Oh,
didn't know anything.
I'm not even being sarcastic. I get it. It makes sense.
So yeah, this was my very first and I still have it. It's kind of my prized possession.
Nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
You feel
If I
about
ever
it
meet
the same way I
them,
do.
this will be the comic that I'll if I ever go to a convention, I will take this with me to get it signed. Like this will just make it so much more special to tell them that this was the first ever comic that I ever bought. So,
Yeah, and they are so cool in person.
yeah.
Here's some of your Cyclops agreeing. Cyclops is no Wolverine. I agree. Bar can't and never liked Cyclops. More One Piece talk. Oh, William
Right.
Lee. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Put some respect on Cyclops' name. Read Astonishing. More One Piece. More One Piece. More One Piece.
Again, look behind me. Does Scott's Summers really look like the kind of character that I would love? My favorite characters are Harley Quinn and Poison Ivy. Is that on the same like? Come on.
This is where you can get that X-Men 97. It's really boss. Thank you, James. That must mean I'm getting close to caught up because you need to be getting to bed soon. One Piece, One Piece,
Yeah,
One Piece. Josh saying something stupid. Okay, I'm not going to show that.
as usual.
Uh, but deep do William Lee Bar. I say it's okay to pirate, especially when young and have no money. Now you're buying so many Omnis and more that made up for supporting the industry. Josh, blah, 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 blah. Heroes Con 2025 Bar. I would love to go to Heroes Con 2025. Cyclops slander. I may forgive you, but God won't.
Is God Claremont?
Alex parentheses Chris Claremont. So how much more time do you have? Do you feel like you can go on for a little bit, or should this be it?
Um, a few more minutes because I do
Okay.
need to get ready for tomorrow. So, oh, shut up, Josh. Shut up. Nobody
Yeah, I
cares
won't
about
even
your
highlight that.
opinions. Oh,
Uh,
have you been reading anything lately? Like, I feel like you do a lot of reading.
I do. It's all been witch stuff, witchy witch stuff for this video series I want to do.
Vanessa, are
Um,
you here? Are you hearing this? She
what?
likes witchy stuff.
Oh yeah, she knows. Yeah,
Oh,
and and I think I've read enough that I can put one video together because I realized I want to make it like a supernatural occult witch type series. And
mm.
my idea was to do one a week in October. Well, obviously that didn't happen because I think I said at the beginning, I have like 150 supernatural witch occult books next to crime. It's my favorite. Yeah, she's here.
E- Excuse me, sir, and you've never told me about any of them?
About the witch stuff.
Yes?
Well, I'm putting out a video specifically for you and Vanessa about and
I can't
Mallory
believe.
about witches. Yeah, I love witches. and
You talk to me on
Supernatural.
Discord every now and then, and you don't tell me about these books. Like, why am I friends with you? Tell me. Like, what's the point of this friendship? I'm
Obvious
keeping you
oversight
up
on
to
my
date with
part.
comics. Hello.
Obvious oversight on my part. I apologize. Yeah, I love witches. I love Wanda. I love Agatha. Um, and but I mean, it's such a broad category that I'm gonna have to include JLD Rebirth and Scarlet Witch, Zatanna books, and this is just the independent stuff that I'm reading. So it's gonna swallow up my life, and I have too many whelms. I'm getting overwhelmed with it to the point where I'm not putting out videos, and so I've just got to take the chunk that I've read, um, and just record a video and put it out. I can try that today or tomorrow. Tomorrow I should have plenty of time.
I get you so much. I sometimes get overwhelmed with the amount of books that I have to read, so I don't read them. I just don't read anything. I'm like, I'm in the mood to read something. I go on my app or like I look here and I'm like, wow, I have a lot to read. Yeah, I'm not reading anything. It closes the app and just like doesn't do anything.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm glad, Rahul. Thank you. I hope so too. Yeah. Witchfinder. That's another great Hellboy series that I need to include. Um, DC books and call it December. Okay. If I do that, um, I will credit you, Mr. Awesome. Now it's supernatural, but not horror. It's occult, witchy stuff. Although I am in the supernatural part going to include like Dracula, but I feel like I've already.
Why not some horror though?
Well, because I feel like I already did a horror video, a couple
Yeah,
horror videos.
but like this is specifically supernatural. Like you can do supernatural and inside supernatural there are so many subgenres that I feel horror kind of fits as a subgenre in there.
See, now you're getting me to the point where I'm not going to be able to do it because now you're adding in horror where I just had it occult and witches. Although I was going to do Dracula, the Tiny Onion Dracula book was awesome.
Tiny Onion.
So and The Creature from the Black Lagoon just came out too. I want to read that. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna yes, I am. I just pulled that, Lars, as a matter of fact. Yes, William Lee, I just pulled that one.
No spoilers.
Who's
Hey,
spoiling?
you
Oh,
guys.
but
No
they don't know
spoilers
when
for
it,
the video.
but they don't know when it's happening.
Oh, okay.
That's right. Take my advice, pull down your pants and slide on the ice.
That sounds like a lot of fun.
It
And
is
something like Josh would do.
I think I may have said that at one point. He may be quoting me. It's from MASH. Yeah, I'm gonna try and include. That's why it's gonna be like a 5-part video. I have so much. I forgot how much witch stuff I have because I love witches and the occult, and so yeah, first I'm gonna watch. What am I watching? Arcane. The first 3
Arcane
Arcane.
right
Yeah,
now.
I'm going to my chair and I will start watching it.
Let's go. And I actually do need to get off. My sister is kind of yelling at me.
Okay. No,
So
I think it can always be Halloween, William. I was gonna do it for Halloween, but it didn't happen. And if I wait for next Halloween, it's just not gonna happen. So, thank
horror
you, Kenny.
is a year long. It's
Yeah,
something that you
I
can do
I read
all
witches all
year.
the time and occult stuff. I'm
Yeah.
drawn to it for some reason. Those are the kind of horror movies I like. The ones with demons and unseen things like Paranormal Activity, where you never really see the evil, but it's happening. That's the stuff that freaks me out.
Mm.
Yeah, it's from MASH. The psychiatrist says it. He's Sydney. He says, "Ladies and gentlemen, take my advice. Pull down your pants and slide on the ice," meaning take it easy. Just relax and go with it. Thank you guys for tuning in. Appreciate your watching. Of course, I appreciate my Israeli correspondent and my favorite collaborator, Bar. She's awesome. I see Bar looking at something. Her sister must be looking at her. I didn't notice it. Your sister telling you to be quiet? It's time for bed?
Yeah, she has school tomorrow.
Oh, okay. No, you're allowed back in, Gary. Peace and love to Gary. I just had to do that one time for you. It's all good, buddy. Thank you, Rahul. Thank you, everybody. Whoop, Rahul. Wait, Rahul, right there. Here's my Discord. I'm also going to be on Instagram eventually, and this channel I might be on tonight with Jake. And at 4 o'clock in 45 minutes, go to Jake's channel where he has a new show going over this week's releases, The Brave and the Boyoys. Exactly, Gary. Peace. And Vanessa, great to see you here. And Bar, any ending comments? Next time let's not wait so long to do this.
Let's do this like next month. I'll be happy to. Whenever
Okay,
you're
good.
ready to have me.
Jake's
I'm
got a
free.
new
I'm
show.
free.
Dom showing up. What up, Dom? But I love Bar the mostest. Sorry, guys. I know. It's fine. That doesn't bother me. We all love Bar. That's why she's on. Everybody hearts Bar.
It worked.
Oh, it worked for you. Nice. It looked like you were breathing them out when you did it. Like,
I was so shocked. I did not expect that.
Well, you should have the peace sign too then, if it works. Shouldn't you be able to get balloons?
See, Josh, everyone likes me. Nobody likes you.
They do love her. That's why I've got her on here. Peace and love, Arby. I hope you win your money back.
I love
whatever
you
do.
guys. This is so cute.
Yeah, good. Well, we'll have her on again. Oh, Chris, I'm so sorry. We're just now checking out.
You guys can check me tomorrow with Maddie at 1 p.m. EST talking about Absolute Wonder Woman over at Omnibros, I think it is. I think she's doing it over at Omnibros, maybe.
The Omnibus Collectors Network. Yeah.
Yes. Fangirls Assemble. So
Fangirls Assemble.
check us on there. It's gonna be a lot of fun. Yeah, and I really enjoyed this. This did not feel like it took 2 hours, really.
It was fun. We had a lot of fun. We always do. It's always good to see you, and peace and love. I will use my song to play us out, and we'll see Bar again soon. Soon.
Yes.
Still one
Rock
more.
and roll! Omnidog! Hey, Omnicat! Now here's the Omnidog and Omnicat show. It's the place to sit if you'd like to know more about the books that they've read. Kristen likes Lumberjanes and Steven. Jess likes some bro Jimmy Olsen.